Here in the Southern Hemisphere, we're coming to the end of another school year. A question that many parents will be asking themselves is, was it a successful year for my kids? Maybe yes, maybe no. But then again, success is a very general word. How does the Torah define success? This week in the Torah, we start reading the story of Vayeishev, the young boy who was his father's favorite, sold by his brothers into slavery, and later even cast into prison, but ultimately emerging to become the viceroy of Egypt, saving the entire country from famine. Vayeishev is also the first person in the Torah to be granted the title of being an ish matzliach, a successful man. But what's surprising is the stage in his life when he first assumes this title. He's referred to as a successful man, not when he's favored in his father's home or when he becomes viceroy of Egypt, but rather in the beginning of his life as a slave, in a strange land far away from his family. When he was in a dark dungeon of an Egyptian prison, Vayeishev is once again referred to as an ish matzliach, a successful man. Is this called success? But by calling Vayeishev successful at precisely this stage of his life, the Torah is teaching us how to define success. Success is not about living the perfect life. Vayeishev's life as a slave and in prison was far from ideal, but he is called successful because though he may have been going through a crisis, he never allowed himself to fall prey to despair. Vayeishev never allowed himself to be defeated by his circumstances, but rather he employed tremendous efforts to always put in his utmost, constantly having a positive attitude and constantly trying to do what was right to maintain the spiritual standards of his father's home. From Vayeishev we learn that effort and all that results from effort is the real success. And in the end, it was this attitude and these efforts which led to him becoming the viceroy of Egypt, because by utilizing the moment of despair, he managed to come out a much stronger person than one who had never experienced the challenge. So in trying to determine whether the past year has been a successful one, the questions we should be asking ourselves are, has my child put in everything that he or she can to achieve? Have our kids allowed themselves to fall prey to despair? Or have they stood up firmly when tested? Have they shown resilience and not allowed themselves to be defeated? And just like with Vayeishev, this true success leads to great accomplishments in many other areas too. Good Shabbos.